guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my pregnancy diary. I know you already know what we're talking about because I know you just saw the clip right now, and I have been dying to do this video for the longest time, but then I didn't want to do it till we have a bump, and right now we have a bump. I wanted the evidence to choke. I needed it to be obvious. There are other evidence, as you can see on my skin, but it's not a problem. This is what we prayed for. This is what we wished for. This is what we have hoped for. So I'm just going to accept them all in good faith as it comes. And I know at the end of the day, my baby will be worth every single thing that is happening with my skin, okay? I'm very excited for this video, so bear with me if I'm kind of all over the place. So hi guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another very fun, interesting video. So in today's video, I'll be telling you all I did to get pregnant. I have hormonal imbalance, I have irregular periods, and I knew how much I wanted to get answered when I was trying for a baby. And while I was searching through so many videos online, I always told myself, whenever it gets to my turn, every single thing I do, I would like to share. I don't know who is out there. If you just got married and you got pregnant without taking one pill to get pregnant, anything at all, pause this video right now and just tell God thank you, because seriously sister, you don't know what God has done for you. You don't know what people are going through. I did not even go through half of what so many other people are going through, and I can tell you that was like a very terrible time for me. The uncertainty of not just knowing when this is going to happen for you and wanting something so bad and feeling like you have no control over it, I cannot explain. For people that are in this boat, they will understand better. I became a scientist, I became a researcher. I was always online checking for things, trying to find answers, and while I was going through it, I always promised myself to make this video. So today I'll be as detailed as possible to tell you everything I did and how I was able to get pregnant despite having the result of hormonal imbalance. I'll try as much as possible to put up maybe some test results and everything so that you can understand where I'm coming from. In case you don't understand anything in this video or you have a question for me, please do it to leave it in the comment section. I may not have an answer for you, but some other person may have an answer, and for the ones that I have an answer to, I'm definitely going to get back to you, okay? So if you've not subscribed to this channel, you don't want to miss this series, because I have a whole lot of videos coming up for you. So just click on the subscribe button. It's definitely free. Like this video so many other people that need some of this information can get it, and don't forget to share, okay? With that said, let's get started. For the longest time, ever since I've been a teenage girl, I've always had a irregular period, and I've not thought so much about it. But then, growing up and learning more about my body, I realized that it's not just normal, something may be wrong. Then I started researching into different things, and I heard of what's called Pcos. I don't know why this thing, there is just something about it. Even when I have not gone to the hospital to do any testing, each and everything that they said is a symptom of Pcos, I was taking it. I had the facial hair, I have acne all over my face, I gained weight unnecessarily. I have some things jotted down, so bear with me if I have to look down. Insomnia, like Mary can stay awake all through the night. I'm not sleeping, I'm not feeling sleepy. It happens a lot. I get mood swings sometimes, but irregular period was one of the key things that was there for me. As a young girl growing up, it was not a problem for me. I don't have anything to do with the period. I don't need the period for anything. But then getting married and trying to try for a baby, especially when you're in a long distance relationship that you have limited period of time to stay with your partner, because if you're in a regular relationship where you live together, your partner is always around. But in my case, I'm in a long distance relationship, so sometimes when my husband comes, you need to be able to track your period and your ovulations to know when to go for it, if you understand. But then with irregular period, you don't just know when to expect it. If you watched one of my video I posted, you see me doing a test and it came out negative. That's one of the period. I was already more than 40 days or 50 days without a period, and I was still getting a negative pregnancy test. I said, okay, let me just wait for a while, maybe some pregnancy don't show so quick on your test strip or anything, but when it got to like 70 days without a period, I'm like, I'm not having this. I definitely need to see a doctor and get my body checked out. So the first thing I did, please, if you know you're having irregular period, I know we are spiritual, I know we know God and all that, ask for medical help, go to the doctor, run some tests and find out if everything is alright before you know what next to do. So I went to a gynecologist and I did 3 tests, I think 4. The first one I did is hormonal profiling to check how my hormones are. I'm going to put a picture up so that you can see what's going on. Like, my hormones were all over the place. The ones that are supposed to be up were down, the ones that are supposed to be down were up. Like, everything was messed up, and the hormone that is supposed to be high when you're pregnant was high for me, which means my brain was telling my body I'm pregnant when I was not. Then the next thing I did was pelvic scan to check if the womb and everything down there is okay. Thankfully that came out right. I didn't have any blockage of uterus or anything. The third thing I did, the doctor advised I should do a thyroid test. My thyroid came back alright. There was nothing wrong with my thyroid. Then, being a person that still wanted to be positive, I wanted to just test my blood to be sure I'm not pregnant, because being without a period for more than 60 days or 70 days, I was just feeling like some pregnancies, they hide a lot. So probably I'm pregnant, but it's not showing on the test strip. I don't know how possible that is. The 4th test I did, hormonal profile, thyroid test, pelvic scan, and a pregnancy blood test. And when the whole result came back, my doctor told me that my prolactin, this is the hormone that increases during pregnancy. I'm not a doctor, bear with me, I'm just going to explain as much as I know. Said that was so high for someone that's non-pregnant. So normally a lady that is not pregnant should have within the range of 20 and below, I think so, but mine was around 45. So he decided to give me a medicine to regulate that. Then the next thing he said was he's going to give me a medicine that's going to induce my period. So now let me just name the whole thing. For the prolactin, he gave me a medicine that is called Bromocoptin. I think that's how it's called. Anyways, I'm going to put the spelling somewhere in this video so I don't kill the name. 2.5 to take. Then the next thing he gave me was Duspactin. He said this is a progesterone, because my progesterone seems to be so low. So this is going to trigger my brain to produce more progesterone and I can get a period. Then he told me that since I'm expecting or trying to get pregnant, I should do well to add some pregnancy vitamins, prenatals, to the drugs. So what was I taking? In the morning time, I took the Duspactin, the medicine for the progesterone. Afternoon, I take pregnant care. I got pregnant care conception. It's a prenatal that they said contains all you need as an expectant mom. Then in the evening, I took the Bromocoptin 2.5 mg, because he said that medicine is quite strong and the side effects could be very strong on you, so you want to take it at night so that you can sleep over it. So these are the things I was taking. I took this for a month, then I got a period. When I got a period, I went back to the doctor and I told him, okay, now I have a period. He said, okay, that's very fine. It means your body is reacting well to the drug, so just no more Bromocoptin, because he felt the level I had, the 1 month supply, should have regularized it. The next thing he said is I should just continue with the Duspactin and the pregnant care. So this is where I need to tell you, as a person, nobody wants what you want for yourself more than you do. And we kind of know our body, even if we're not medical practitioners. So sometimes try to advocate for yourself, try to insist on what you believe in. So when he told me that, I said okay, but I told him that I have been researching on a drug called Clomid, ovulation inducting drug, that this drug helps you to ovulate some more. That wouldn't he like to add that to the drugs I'm taking? He said no, it's fine. There is another thing that he said to me too, that this fact in the progesterone, if I happen to get pregnant right now, that I may miscarry because the level I have is so small, so it may not sustain a pregnancy. So even after I get pregnant, I may need to take the progesterone for a certain number of weeks before I go off it. I said okay. I went back home and I started taking the prenatal and the progesterone. But then there's something that happened that I did not just understand. After like 80 days of not getting the period, I got the first period on the first of the month. Within 2 weeks into that month, I started bleeding again. I called and asked about it, and they said, oh, your hormones are trying to regularize. So is these hormonal drugs that you're taking that is making your body do all of this? Like, how do you go from not getting a period to finally getting one and not getting twice in a month? Anyways, I had to do my own research. I read so much about the dysfatting and everything. I felt like this dysfatting is triggering my brain to bring more progesterone, and probably that's why I was getting the period twice a month. Don't try this at home. Whatever you need to do, don't be like me. But for me, I did so much research and I felt like I knew some things about my body, so I had to go off the progesterone. Please follow your doctor's advice. But for me, I went off the progesterone and I got the Clomid. I got the Clomid because I just knew that my ovulation was not coming as well as it should. Normally when you're having an ovulation, you should know the cervical mucus should be so much that somebody doesn't need to tell you you're ovulating. But this period I just felt like it was not as much as it should, and I needed this. But because according to my doctor, my reserve, it's okay. He just said I should go and keep having, you know what we do. Like, I've been doing this for more than 2-3 months or so now, and I was not getting any results. I went off the progesterone. I got the Clomid. I took the Clomid when I saw the second period in the month, and I took it from day 5. You take it for 5 days, and I promise you, for the first time, I could tell you categorically I was getting an ovulation. It was just so much, and I told my husband, this is it, let's go for it. And we did all we could, baby dance, had good time and had fun. But then that month was not our month, so I didn't get pregnant. But the good thing is, a month after then, I got my period. Thank you. The period came, it flowed very well. I was very happy because the flow and everything is okay. This time around, my pregnant care was finished, the prenatal, but I had to go for another one. I went for the one that is called Overcare, because when I want to buy some of this drug, I already did some research on PCOS, and there are some key ingredients I look out for. One, the pregnant care was very expensive, and inositol is something that they said helps to regularize your sugar in the body and everything, that helps so many PCOS women. We just had like 50 mg in pregnant care, but in Overcare there is like 100 mg of it, and I knew my body needed more of this. So despite this other drug is way cheaper, it had more of the key ingredients I felt I needed, so I went for it. And I also added folic acid, ferrous, and B complex to the collection. So what was I doing? In the morning I take my Overcare, in the afternoon I'm going to take the folic acid, B complex, and ferrous, and in the evening I'm going to take Clomid. The Clomid, when you buy it, is a pack of 10. So I took 5 the previous month. This month now I took the remaining 5 starting from day 3. By the way, when I started my period, I did have a mixture of clove, Adan, ginger and garlic. I boiled it and I drank the water from day 1 and day 2 to cleanse my system. Then starting from day 3, I started the Clomid for ovulation. I'm telling you every single thing I did because I don't want to leave anything out. So day 3 I started taking the Clomid. I took the Clomid day 3, day 4, day 5. Period was over and I took it for 2 more days because it's supposed to be a 5-day routine, and I stopped. So when I stopped, thankfully in this same month too, the ovulation came so much, and I told my husband, time to go, let's get started. And we went for it. My doctor already told me that my progesterone is low, so getting pregnant you need more progesterone. I still have some dysfatting with me, but as soon as my ovulation was over, I started the progesterone because I also read that it helps to support implantation. I started taking it after my ovulation for 10 days, and after that I stopped because according to the research and some things I read about, after 10 days or 12 days you need to stop and wait for your period. If your period comes, you're not pregnant. If it doesn't come, means you're pregnant. But then no period came. By the way, I also need to add that apart from the fact that I was taking some drugs and I was trying to prepare my body, I was also trying as much as possible to eat healthy. This period I was eating so much of salad, vegetables, smoothie, you name it. I try to minimize sugar as much as possible, because at the end of the day you don't want to take all these drugs and then you're taking this triggers for the PCOS or hormonal imbalance or irregular period or whatever you're having, and not allow the drugs to have its complete effect. So this is what I was doing. I was eating as healthy as possible. I was getting enough rest. And please, if you don't have anything doing, try to get yourself busy, because I got to realize that the more you worry about it, it's going to cause so much stress on your body, and your body doesn't need stress. But when you're busy and you're so consumed in other things, it takes your mind off this and it allows your body to just do what it's supposed to do. Okay, so I was trying to eat as healthy as possible. After 10 days or more, no period came along. Okay, it was still like, let's wait. My period is regular. Maybe it has gone back to being irregular after being regular for like 2 months. I waited and waited and waited and I didn't get a period. And finally, I mustered up the courage to take a pregnancy test, and voila! I'm going to put my test strip somewhere here because I'm still so proud of it, because I knew how many negative I got while I was dipping that thing in for so many months. I'm always getting negative. So I felt in my head, whenever I'm going to get a positive, it's going to be like one very faint line. But then my baby's like, no, this has to be clear. Too strong line. You cannot confuse it for any other thing. You cannot confuse it for, is it pregnant, is it not? It's obviously pregnant. And I cannot even explain how excited I was that day. I had to go get a blood test drawn the same day because I just couldn't believe it, and it came out positive. And even after getting the blood test done, I still couldn't believe it. I had to buy some more test strips to test, and it was like, I'm here. So there you have it. These are some of the things I did when I did the test, and I read about the things that are low and high. I had to go online to check some food that would help them, and I'm going to just write them out. For my prolactin, I knew I needed zinc, I needed vitamin E, I needed B6 vitamin, I needed beef, banana, chicken, potatoes. For my LH, that was very high, to bring it down, I needed inositol. I already mentioned that the Overcare has it. I needed omega-3 and I needed to do some exercise. For my estradiol, I needed soya bean, I needed vitamin D, I needed garlic, I needed berries, I needed nuts. Then for the progesterone, I needed avocado, walnuts, carrots, beans, banana, leafy green, poultry, and nuts. So yeah, this is just what I was saying. I did the test. Yes, medical is okay, but you too do some research for yourself. I believe you know your body. These are some of the food I went online to check. I read about that are good for some of these things that I intentionally started incorporating into my meals. By the way, I'm not taking the glory for anything. God did it. But God has already given you the power to do some things for yourself. The babies are there waiting for you. One or two things may be off the line now. He gave you a brain for a reason. He gave the doctors the knowledge for a reason. So you should tap into every single resource you have. Don't just wait and sit and say, I'm believing. Faith without work is dead. You want this, please go for it. Your doctor is telling you what he's doing. You're doing your research. I'm rooting for you. I'm praying for you. I'm hoping you come back to this video and tell me, Mary, God did it. I have my own bundle of joy. I can't be any happier, and we all celebrate together. Okay, so if you have any question for me, please do well to leave it in the comment section. But these are just some of the things I did, and I'm so glad to share with you all. So leave your congratulatory message in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and do all those good stuff. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.